For today's Cyber CEO episode,
Cyberbacker was a game changer for me. Pearl and Gerald, they're both fantastic. They do my transaction coordination and then they do our social media directing, and it's really helpful. I would say that they probably save me an average of about probably 40 hours a week of work, because I was working about 120 hours a week and it was just a lot. They have just been tremendous in lightening the load on that and allow me to run a lot faster, and I've been able to grow my business a lot because of them. Well, actually, it was 40 hours that I now choose to spend with my family. So I don't go home at 9 o'clock every night. I only go home at like 6:30 every night now. So it's been good. It really is.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Seth, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. And of course, for dropping by. I know you have a lot of things to do, so we really appreciate you being here on the show. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners, just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in the business, Seth?
Sure. So my name's Seth Hawk. In real estate, I'm a team lead. So basically, we have four other real estate agents on the team, and then we have staff of 2 cyberbackers and then a few other individuals that we use in-house for our videography and photography. So, yeah.
All right. Now, how long have you been in the business, Seth?
Not very long, about 3 years.
Okay, 3 years in the business. Now, how about working with someone virtual? Is this your first time, by the way?
No, I did have one other individual that I worked with prior to this. Kind of some mixed emotions about it, but it wasn't the best first experience. There was a large lack of trust and a lack of training on their part. And so it made things very challenging for me.
Okay. Now, here in Cyberbacker, we do train your cyberbackers before we even let you work with them. But how about that trust, though? Do you trust your cyberbacker?
I do, actually. Yeah. I mean, Cyberbacker was a game changer for me. Yeah, you guys, you trained them for a long time before I ever received them. And Pearl and Gerald, they're both fantastic. They do my transaction coordination and then they do our social media directing, and it's really helpful. I mean, we proof the posts before they go live, but that's really just to make sure. It's not so much for not trusting them. It's just making sure that I did my job in articulating what I want to have on there for content. So yeah, no, I really do. They're fantastic. Yeah.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Now, before we dive into more about your experience with us, how did you first find out about Cyberbacker anyway, Seth?
Actually, I was at a 𝗙𝗲𝗋𝗶𝗹 real estate event, and they actually had a booth there. I had met Mike Hyde one time before that, and he had briefly mentioned that he's like, yeah, I have just purely VAs, and they're awesome. And so I went over and talked to Mike a little bit more about that, and kind of get a better understanding of exactly what it is that they're capable of, which is, well, actually, I don't know what the limitation is on what they're capable of. They're incredible. They absorb training. I recently had a book that I found a lot of value in, and I asked Gerald, hey, would you mind sending me your link here? And then we sent them the link, and he was able to go ahead and hop on there and study the book and start using that. It's a very smooth process to be able to have him just start implementing that stuff after he just reads the book and goes for it.
Yeah, of course. Again, your cyberbackers are your partners in growth in your business, of course. Now, more about your experience with Cyberbacker. First thing you had to go through before even getting to work with cyberbackers is our hiring process. Was it something new? Was it something difficult? How was the experience there, Seth?
It was new, but I really enjoyed it. It was basically I said, hey guys, this is what I'm looking for.
Mhm.
You guys said, all right, great, awesome. Here's a panel of 5 different individuals. And it was a little video link. It had a bio. It had their qualifications, kind of their resume, all that stuff tied up together. And I was able to vet each one of them pretty well, I felt. And then, after I kind of looked at what they had to offer, then you guys scheduled a meeting for us to be able to go and meet with them face to face online. And it was great just being able to have conversations with them. We can hop out of the Zoom. I have kind of a sidebar conversation with you guys and just kind of saying these are my thoughts. These are my frustrations. What do you think is an available option for us to work around some of this stuff? And you guys were really helpful in that process.
Yes, definitely. Now, you mentioned one of your cyberbackers is handling social media. Is that right? And the other is transaction coordination, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Now, when you went through the hiring process for each cyberbacker, did you have the same qualifications for the different role, or were you looking for 2 different types of cyberbackers to fill those roles?
Very different, very different. Because the individual that does well with social media, I really don't feel as being a good fit for someone that wants to process paperwork all day. Those personality types are very different from each other, and I don't think that one would be a good fit for the other. And so, yes, very different personality.
So really, personality-wise, that is very, very important, and that depends on the role that you're looking for then. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Now, talk to me about tasks then. You have 2 cyberbackers. One is handling social media, one is handling transaction coordination. But what other tasks do you leverage off to them every day?
Well, basically, in a nutshell, what does social media look like? I use the term social media, but really at its core, it's more of a lead generation tool is what we would classify Gerald as. And so, he'll definitely be creating the content, posting the content for us, making sure that we're staying up on that. But then as leads comes in, he also has a brief introduction with them. He starts to warm up the conversation, and then he'll reach out to us and say, hey, we have these leads that are interested. And that part works out well. He does a lot of contact information gathering for us on those. So he'll get all their social media handles. He'll get their phone numbers, email addresses, all of that stuff. So there's a lot of different things that he does with lead generation in general that all accumulate in his position. So I guess really social media is loosely his job title, but at its core, it's lead generation. Yeah. And he does a great job with that. So, and then the transaction coordination side, it's so great because I get the property under contract with the client, and then I just throw Pearl and my clients in a group text, say, hey guys, this is my assistant Pearl. She's here to take care of a lot of the documentation handling, and she'll be reaching out to you. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions. And so Pearl really, yes, she's doing the transaction coordination, but she's talking with contractors. She's talking with the title company, home inspections. She's allowing me to move a lot more efficiently and being able to respond to a lot of the questions that my clients have. And I can still see it in the group text that, what all that's taking place. So I'm not missing out on any of the information or questions that are going through, but I don't have to answer all those. So it allows me to be able to run a lot faster and communicate with more individuals. And so, she does a great job at that as well.
So both cyberbackers are doing a great job to help your business grow then. Now, if you don't mind me asking, before you got to work with both cyberbackers, Paul and Gerald, Pearl and Gerald, who were doing these tasks for you in the business? Was it you or someone else?
Me. And I was doing a horrible job of it. Yeah. I had no life. It was terrible.
Gosh. So they really saved you a lot of time then, am I right?
I would say that they probably on average saved me. I would say that they probably saved me an average of about probably 40 hours a week of work, because I was working about 120 hours a week and it was just a lot. And so they have just been tremendous in lightening the load on that and allow me to run a lot faster. And I've been able to grow my business a lot because of them.
There we go. So you can get that 40 hours and focus it on your business, not just doing the other things, right?
Right. Well, actually, it was 40 hours that I now choose to spend with my family.
Oh,
So
there
I
we
don't
go.
I don't go home at 9 o'clock every night. I only go home at like 6:30 every night now. So yeah.
Really
So
a game
it's been good.
changer. Yeah,
Yeah,
really a
it
game
really is.
changer. Now, talk to me about the partnership that you have with both cyberbackers, because you and I both know that this doesn't really start at this rate right away. You really have to work on it because again, it's a partnership. So, in relation to that, how did this become a successful partnership between you and your cyberbackers?
I think one of the handiest things that we've done is we created a Google Meet, and we have Gerald send out the Google Meet invite every morning, because your VAs don't have to feel like VAs. They can be just a virtual door away. And so, you're walking throughout the office here. So I see my other agents on my team here as I'm walking down in our office building here. And then, I can click a button and I virtually step into the office and see Gerald, and I can see Pearl, and we all have conversations about that. So being able to have that daily discussion, and just saying, hey guys, just pop my head in the door. Hey, I'm having issues with this. Can you guys figure this out and take care of it? And they're like, yeah, for sure. And then they just, it's like we're all in the same office building. And that has been a large contributor to us being able to communicate better together. I feel, being able to have that daily communication, and not somebody that you're going to reach out to once a week or something like that, because you wouldn't talk to someone in your office only once a week. I mean, you're going to walk by them. And so being able to hop in there and have that line of communication is really key.
There we go. So basically in virtual leverage, removing the virtual, just making it leverage then, something like that.
Right. Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Now, one last question for you, Seth. And for sure, both cyberbackers are going to be able to listen and watch this once we have this online. So we'd like to know, what do you like most about your cyberbackers? So what's the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about them?
They're happy. They're happy. I don't like working with people that are sad or angry or frustrated all day. That's no fun. And the fact that they're happy, they're motivated, that's probably the two things. It's the fact that they're happy and the fact that they're motivated, because I need people that are happy and motivated around me, because then I feed off of that as well. They're very positive. They are really easy to interact with, and they are very willing to help out with whatever it is that I'm asking. We just work on clarity as to me trying to be able to articulate my thoughts in my head out loud. And, once we get that taken care of, I mean, it's just really great. They're just extensions of me, and they work hard every day. I can see that in their work. I think they do a great job. They're really diligent in their work. Yeah, they're awesome.
Now, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Seth, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.